Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this effect from the serie Severance, so the macro refinement data computer screen effect, as you can see on the screen. So this is a totally beginner tutorial on Houdini and Nuke. So we are going to make this stunning effect of the number growing and jiggling, and then we are going to take this inside of Nuke to make it look like the screen in the serie. Alright, so let's start with Houdini. Okay, so we are going to create a GeoNode context and we are going to jump inside. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to need is a grid with some point on which we are going to copy our number. So how do we do that? We put on a grid. All right, so we have a grid. Nice. Okay, and we want our grid to be 14 by 8. So here we are going to put 14 columns by 8 rows. All right, and we want this to be a rectangle, so we need to change the scale. So here I'm going to put 5 and here 7.5. Feel free to input the value that you like, but in my case I'm going to put these values. Okay, so nice. Now we have a grid. We also have his points, but in my case I only want to keep the points. It will work if you keep the grid like this, but in my case I prefer to only keep the point. So to do this, you can use the add node. So here it does nothing, but you need to tick this checkbox that says delete geometry but keep the points. And when you do that, you get only the points. So nice. We have the point, we have their name, their numbers. Nice. So what do we want to do now? We want to copy numbers on it randomly. So how to make this? First, we need to use a font node. So what does the font node do? Basically, you can type anything you want and it displays. Type anything you want. Okay. So in our case, we want numbers. So if you put like a 1, it's input a 1. But how can we make this more procedural? Well, in Houdini there is an expression called $f that inputs the frame that you're at. So basically you can use this expression to animate any parameters and it will be linked to the frame. So for example, you could animate a sphere rotating around a cube, a box, based on the $f expression. So every frame it will rotate a more degree, something like this. Okay, so in our case, $f in the font node does this. It input the frame, it output the frame and display it just like this. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, this is it came from the movie, the series, sorry. It came from the series. You can see that the numbers are only going from 0 to here 9. There is no 10, there is not 11, 12, everything. So there is a node inside of Houdini that is named time shift. And basically what this node does, it just tells you the frame that you're at, But if you delete the channel on right clicking on the parameter and deleting the channel, you should be stuck with the frame that you have input. Okay, so in my case I want all the numbers from 0 to 1, so I will do this. Okay, so now we are left with this. Okay, and as you can see, our number is facing on the z-axis, but we want it to point on the y-axis. So to do this, we just need a transform node. All right, and put -90. Okay, nice. Okay, so now we are left with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, nice. We have all our number, and now we are just going to need to merge them, and you'll see why later. Okay, so let's just merge them quickly. Nice. Hoopla, nice. All right. Okay. So now we have all our number overlapping each other, but it's totally fine. And we are going to go back to this after. But first, let's just put all of these nodes inside a subnet, so it will be much cleaner. So to just select all the nodes and click on this box here, and there you have it, a subnetwork, a subnet. So you can jump inside and still do all the modifications that you could want to do. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Okay, so nice. Okay, we have this. Okay, now let's move on the zoom effects, like when you pass your cursor, like the numbers are scaling up. Okay, so we are going to first use a copy to point node. Oh, sorry, not this one. Copy to point, nice. Input the point on the right input, and then we're just going to take a box. Let's start with a box. It's cheaper. Okay, so now we have all our boxes. Okay, copied on the points. Okay, nice. Okay, so now how to make them scale up? Let's use a node that is called distance from geometry. Okay, so this node needs the first input. In our case, it's our point, and a second input. In our case, it's going to be a sphere. Nice. Okay, so input a sphere, and let's see what it does. Okay, so with the point, we are not going to see very clearly what it does, but if I take and I put it on the grid, we will be able to see much clearer what this node does. Okay, so if I click the little eye and I click the dist attribute that this node creates, we can see that we have now a beautiful gradient from purple to red. Okay, so what this node does, it's basically it take our sphere, it take our plane, and where the sphere clip with the plane, it creates like a mask. It's not really a mask, but I call it a mask here. It's easier, as you can see. Okay, and where I move or I scale my sphere, the the mask will also change. Okay, so as I said earlier, I want to do it on the points, so I put it here. As you can see, we can still see the gradient because it's still affecting the points, but it's less visible. So this is why I just showed you on the grid, but we will use it on the point here. Okay, so now that we have this, what does it do? For now, it does nothing. Oh, sorry, it does nothing for now. Okay, so because we are visualizing the attribute, it color everything. But if you want to get back to the original shading, you can just click on this attribute. Okay, so now it does nothing, and it's totally normal because we haven't said to Houdini that we want our point to be affected on the p scale of the point with the dist attribute. Okay, so how to do this? We need to use a node that is called attribute remap. Attribute remap. Okay, so the original attribute is the dist attribute, and the new name on which we are going to remap our dist attribute will be the p scale. Okay, so just let me first. Okay, no, okay, the p scale, and what this will do, as you can see, all the points that are the closest to our sphere are infinitely small, and all the points that are around that are far away are the same size. Okay, so in our case, we want the point that are the closest to be the biggest. So input min, input max, in output min, we need to invert this, and output max, we are not going to invert it, but make it quite small. Okay, and so now we have our base for the effect. So if I move this sphere, you can see that it changed the scale of the cubes. Okay, nice. Now that we have this base, we can now take our numbers and put them on this instead of the cubes. Okay, so how to do this? So to do this, we are going to use the node that is called attribute from pieces. Attribute from pieces here. So yeah, it requires a geometry library and a point cloud. Okay, so in our case, our points are here. Like, as you can see, this is our point. So we input them in here, and we are going to need a geometry library. Okay, but first of all, we are going to tell Houdini that each of this number has a separate name. So to do this, we are going to use the assemble node, and I'm going to show you what it does. Okay, quick pause in the video. I didn't mention it in it, but when using the assemble node, I forgot to tell you that you needed to tick the piece attribute checkbox and name your piece attribute number. Like, this is the name I use in the video. You can use whatever name you want, but in our case it's number. So just to tell you that. Okay, so now with our attribute from pieces, what we are going to need is input the piece attribute that we have created here. Piece attribute number, copy it and paste it here. Nice. Okay, so now we need to take back a copy to point. Okay, so just delete this one and create a new one, copy to point. Okay, nice. It requires a target point to copy geometry onto and a geometry. So in our case, we are going to use our geometry library that we just created. Okay, so now it just does not what we want. It copy all the numbers on all the points, but this is not what we want. So how to fix this? as you can see in the copy to point node, there is also a piece attribute here, and you just need to put back our number. And now it works. Nice. Okay, super. Génial. You could also take here the shuffle pieces, so it random all the pieces, and I prefer to use random instead of cycle. Nice. So now we basically have our effect. Nice. Okay, super. Now how to animate the cursor, and maybe no, first of all, let's change a bit the look of this effect. So as you can see here, only the number that are under the pointer are big, the other are not. So we need to decrease this fall off. So how to do this? In the attribute remap, you have these sliders that does exactly what we want. So these are the value that I choose to keep. Nice. Okay. Now, how are we going to make the jiggle effect of the point? Because of the number, sorry. Because in the series, all the numbers are jiggling, are moving independently the one from others. Okay. So how to do this? We are going to make our points move. Okay. So we have our points, and now we are going to drop an attribute noise node. Attribute noise. Okay, so it's noise the CD first, so the color attribute, but we want it to affect the P attribute, the position of our point. But as you can see here, it moved the point in all direction, and way too strong. It's way too strong. Okay, so how to change this? The amplitude first. Click on the XYZ box and just put 0 on the Z-axis. Also, don't forget to change it from positive to 0 centered, so like this. And now we just need to lower the amplitude and to animate our noise. So how to animate? Just tick the animation checkbox, and as you can see, we have the effect. So it's way too strong and too fast, so maybe 3 could be good. Yeah, I think it's good. And if we lower it to like 0.5, I think it will, yeah, it's nice. Okay, so let's see with our numbers, and we are left with this. Okay, maybe a bit more. Yeah, like this is good. Like this is it's nice. Okay, nice. The only thing that is left to do is animate the cursor position. So to do this, let's just use a draw curve node. Draw curve. Okay. And at first it projects on the XY plane. Sorry, let's just reset the camera. So XY plane here, but we want to draw on the ZX plane because, as you can see, our number are like this. Okay, so easy, just change it here, ZX plane, and now we can draw. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight my numbers. I'm going to the top viewport, and now we just need to press enter and draw our pass. Okay, so I want something that look like a cursor, like you will do with your mouse. So okay, let's do it. Avoid sharp corners because the effect could break a bit. It will not look as good as it could have been with a smooth pass. Okay, nice. Now we just need to change, to resample, sorry, our path. Okay, So let's use a resample node, and we want this one to have not a huge amount of points, so just increase the length. And now we are going to resample it again. Resample, nice. And this one we are going to put it on subdivision curves, and now we have a nice and smooth curve. Okay, nice. Now what we are going to do is animate our sphere based on the path that we have created just right here. Okay, so for this we are going to use the path deform node. Path deform node need a geometry to deform and a curve, and in our case this is the path that we drew. Nice. So now we have an offset factor that we can animate to make the cursor, like the sphere, move. Okay, so alt click to put a keyframe, and here we're going to make it to the end, and we are going to edit the curve. Okay, so just make it linear. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Now we have our path that is animated, our sphere that is animated, and when we preview to the end, this is what we are left with. Nice. Okay. Super nice. Okay, so what we need to do now is we are not going to make any rendering. We are just going to make a play blast. Okay, so this one is an old one I made. Let's just make a new one. Just click on this box here, and it will launch Flipbook. Just let's see how it looks. Yeah, nice. Okay. So you can see the effect is quite cool. Super nice. Okay, nice. Okay, so now we need to save our video. So to do this, go to export FFmpeg, and okay, so we are left with this. $heap is where you saved your Houdini project, and this is the name of the video that we made. Okay, so you can name it like Severance Effect. Nice. And just press save. Don't forget to put the quality to 100 and save. Okay, so now we are inside of Nuke, and we are going to make our compositing. Okay, so first we need to crop our numbers because there is a lot of black borders on the edge. So to do this, just use a crop node inside of Nuke. Okay, nice. So we are going to select our numbers here like this. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, this is good. I think this is good. Just I need to check where the big numbers are passing and see if they are not clipping. But I think this is good. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, so now in the crop node, just click reformat. And now this is our resolution. Okay, so for the effect to work, we need to put a resolution that is similar to this one. Oh, I see here that it's a bit near it. Okay, so like this, it's better. Okay. Okay, so in our case, it will be 1010 by 710. Okay, so just press S on the keyboard and create a new one that we are going to okay, 10. Oops, sorry. By 710. Okay, and just give it a name like nice. Okay, so now when you use a reformat node, it's just reformat at the resolution every single image that you put inside. Okay, nice. Okay, so now, as you can see, we have blue numbers and blue background. So this is not what we have here inside of Nuke. We have just gray number and black background. So how to change this? We need to create an alpha of our numbers. So in our case, we have no alpha at all. So for this, we're going to use a keyer node. Nice. Okay, and when you preview the alpha, it's just like the RGB color. Okay, nice. So when you push the slider, you can see the alpha is lowering or increasing, but just play with the sliders and get a nice alpha of these numbers. Okay, nice. So I think this is great. And now we are going to use this as a mask for the colors. Okay, so just use a constant node for a constant colors. Okay, and in my case, I will use this color here. So it's like this, like 0.59, 0.82, and 0.275. So you can copy it, and we're going to cut our numbers inside of this one. Okay, so first we do not have any alpha, so we need to create it with this shuffle node. Just tick this white box here, and now we have alpha, and now we can cut our numbers through it. So just use a gray node, put it in RGBA because we want to affect the color and the alpha, and now just use our mask that we created. We take the mask, and now it does nothing, and it's because we need to lower the gain. So when we lower the gain, we see that we have cut a hole that has the shape of our numbers, but this is not what we want. We want the total inverse, so just take the invert checkbox here. Okay, nice. Now we have our numbers, but now we also need to put them onto a blue background. So to do this, just use also another constant node, and in my case I'm going to use this color here. I already made one, so it looks like this. We also need to create an alpha for this one because, as you can see here, it doesn't have any alpha at all. So just put a shuffle node and click here to get the alpha. Okay, nice. And we just need to merge our thing together. So here and our numbers. Okay, now, nice. Now we have our numbers onto the background, the blue background. But this is not looking too much good. Okay, so how can we change this? I'm going to use a node that is not natively inside of Nuke, but I guess it works with the basic node that is inside of Nuke. It's named Soft Glow. So maybe you know this node, maybe you don't know this node, but I think it will work the same with the glow node, but I prefer in my case use the soft glow node. Okay, so let's just pause this one. Okay. And when you preview this node, what it does basically, it's just taking what you input it and it blurs it. Okay, so I'm just going to set my parameters, so 0.05 and something like 90. Like it's not noticeable, like it's really small. Okay, but like this is good, okay, nice. And now we are just going to use a merge node to merge this back onto our numbers in plus mode. Okay, so just choose plus. Okay, and I think this is not enough, so just use a grade node, RGBA, and just crank up the gain like to something like 10. Okay, so now we have some bright numbers. Nice, that's what we want. Okay, just put this here. Okay, and now let's view what we have. Nothing too crazy, but don't worry, it's going to look good at the end. I promise. What we're going to do is create like this CRT effect, like just have a grid that cut, like that simulate the pixels of the screens. Sorry. Okay. So for this there is a node that is just a grid. Just merge it on top. Oh, just quick reformat here, because if you look here, sorry, like there is this big square that we don't want, and it disappears when you reformat it. Okay, nice. Okay, so the grid node, what does it do? It just creates a grid on top of our numbers. Okay, but we want this grid to be black, so just I use a grade on RGB and lower the gain so it's black. Nice. And now just let's change the size of this grid. No, this is not this parameter. 200 seems to be good number. I think maybe we can go with 300. No, 300 is a bit too much. Okay, so 200 is good. 200 is good in our case. And now I want to make it glow again. So just use a soft glow node again if you have it, or just a glow node if you don't have it. Merge. Okay, and I'm going to use here 20 and here 0.01. Okay, so it's not nice. This is what we want, and now we are going to create the reflection on the screen. Okay, so just reformat, and in my case I already got a picture. So this is this one. Okay, so this is this one. This is like an interior. And we are going to reformat it to nice. Now reformatted, and we are going to merge it on top in plus mode. Okay, so in plus mode I said. Okay, so now it's it's terrible, but we are not going to leave it like this. So just use a keyer node, take a keyer node, and we are going to key. Oh, okay. We are just going to key the high luminance spots. Okay, so just crank it like this, something like this. So it's good. Okay, I think it's good. And now just pre-mult it. So we are left with this, and we are going to blur it. Okay, so before blurring, let's just do this. Okay, so we are going to blur it like this, and we are going to grade it. So it's like 0. And the blur, we are going to just make it like, oops, sorry, like, yeah, something like this is good. Yeah, 17.5 is good. Okay. So now when we merge it back on top, it looked like this. Okay, so now you're yeah, you can tell me that this doesn't look good, but this is not done yet. Okay, so now we are going to need to create like a vignette effect. So just use a constant node, create its alpha here, and now we are just going to rotate it to create our vignettes. Okay, so use the ellipse tool here and just draw a nice ellipse. Nice. Okay, so now when we look at this in the grade node, we put it in RGBA as well. And now when we lower the gain, it creates a hole. Nice, that's what we want. Okay, so just merge this on top of our original image. And it look like this. Okay, nice. But we want it to be like soft. Okay, so now we just use a blur node and we put it on the mask here. Okay, and we are going to blur it like 300. Nice. Now we have a vignette, a nice vignette, a nice reflection, and nice. Okay. I just want to make something else before. I just want to what we want to do is like that the screen is a bit dirty, like there is some I don't know, like the roughness is not the same everywhere. So to do this, we're going to blur all the image. Okay, we blur it like this. I think it's good. And now we're going to use a noise node to create the noise. And here are my parameters that I just used. And when you use this as the mask, you can see it's doing something. Okay, I want to make something fancier. Okay, so because what do we have here? We have some parts that are 100% black and some parts that are 100% white. So this means that here the screen will be 100% rough and here 100% shiny, but this is not what we want, because in real life nothing is 100% shiny. So to do this, we will use a grade node that will grade RGBA, and we are going to lift it up a bit, so to make the black parts to make them gray. Okay, so here are the values that I choose to use. So lift 0.58 and gamma, I lower the gamma like to contrast it a bit, so 0.345. Okay, so now let's take a look. It looks like this. Nice. Okay, so if we play, you can see that the roughness is not the same everywhere. Like we have some part where it's rough and some part where it's like shiny. It's cool. I love this effect. Okay, and now the last thing that we are left with to do is just the curvature of the screen. So for this there is a node that is called lens distortion. So just use it here, and when you use this denominators parameter here and you decrease it like this, you get a nice screen effect. Nice. So maybe we can tweak a bit here or here, like maybe make less information, maybe like this. Yeah, like this is way better. Sorry. And I think that we can make this glow a bit more. So let's use another soft glow node and merge it in plus again. Let's make this quite small. Okay, so like this, and maybe like, okay, it's like soft. Alright, okay, maybe this is too blurred. Like, yeah, something like this is way better. Okay, like this is, it's good. Okay, I think it's good. Nice. Okay, and now you are left with your severance effect. Maybe just tweak like this a bit, like make it smaller so we have more vignetting going around here. And now we are done with our severance effect. Oh, my mistake, I just put a keyframe that I don't want. Nice. Okay, so now you have your severance effect done, your macro data refinement effect. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you liked it. I hope my English wasn't too terrible. I hope it was understandable for you guys, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.